Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me again. Today I've come to Brimham Rocks in North Yorkshire to have a look at these fantastic rock formations which have been formed over 320 million years ago by glaciers and then subsequently eroded by wind and rain to produce these fantastic stacks, which in some cases like this one you have a massive chunk of rock held up by a really small section, which produces some really fantastic images. So we're going to have a look around. There's some decent woodland here, and the combination of woodland and rocks I think it'll be really good. So we're going to have a wander around and see if we can get some good compositions. So let's go. Okay, so these rock formations have been made out of Milstone Grit sandstone, which has formed over millions of years out of sedimentary layers, which you can obviously see in the rock. And it's obviously, like I said in the introduction, been eroded away by glaciers. All this area would have been obviously under ice. It's been carved away and then obviously eroded away with the wind and rain over the sort of millennia to leave these fantastic stacks. And woodlands obviously grown around it. So I've been walking around now just to try and take some compositions. Right, so I've done quite a few videos now on this channel and I've had a few comments asking what kind of equipment I use. My main camera for stills is my Nikon D3100 and I've used this camera for the last 10 years. I've only been using it in manual mode though for the last 18 months. I've really got to grips while I've been doing this landscape photography on using the manual modes and aperture priority and shutter priority. I'm really getting to grips with sort of learning the exposure triangle and all that kind of stuff. It is quite a good camera, it's really robust and I've had no problems with it, sort of like water getting into it or anything. I've had it out in sort of conditions, snow, rain, all that kind of stuff, been on beaches with it. There's no sort of sand getting into it or anything like that, so it's quite a decent camera. I've also, and it's been tumbled around and stuff, so it's really well built and it's robust. It's a 12 megapixel sensor, so it does the job really well in terms of taking a shot. Just struggle, however, with low light conditions. Obviously, the dynamic range and the ISO, it's not really the best. Obviously, it's sort of 10 years of sort of technology development. The cameras now are a lot better, so you can struggle with sort of low light situations. If I'm in woodland and it's really sort of like shadowy, it can struggle with that. I've got to bump up the ISO, which creates a lot of noise in the images, and also the astro images. It does produce some good shots on that. Obviously, you're going to stack your images anyway, so it's not really going to be a problem. The lens I've got is basically an 18-55 kit lens, and that's been my main sort of like wide angle lens. Again, that's for a kit lens it's really done the job and it's produced some really nice images. I've also got a 55-300 sort of zoom lens, which is really good. Again, it's allowed me to sort of pick out compositions within the landscape as I've sort of progressed with my landscape photography. I've also got the Canon 200D, which I use for vlogging. Also, I've started using that for stills as well. That's got 24 megapixel camera and the dynamic range is a lot better. And again, it's just to sort of try and improve my shots and get a bit more shadow detail out and things like that. And also, I've got the Canon as well, just to sort of experience the sort of Canon camera in general, just to try and get used to it. At some point in the next sort of 12 to 18 months, I'm going to look at upgrading to a sort of a higher end camera, and I'm not sure whether to go down the Nikon route or the Canon route. I do like the Canon system, I like the menus and everything, and I mean that's a really good camera for vlogging. It's got the flip out screen and everything, and it's got the the ports where you can put the microphones and stuff, which I'm using this Rode video mic. I've also got a shotgun mic as well, which is Rode as well, which I use for that. So that's my setup basically. I've also got the Benro tripod if you're interested in that, and the filters I've been using, basically got a circular polarizer and a 10 stop and a 6 stop ND filter, and they're from Hoya. I found them really good. There's no colour cast or anything on there. I think circular polarizers work good for me because I don't want to carry any sort of extra equipment and mess around with it. they secure really well onto the front of the camera and they do the job. I'm not really interested in sort of graduated filters. I mean, I bracket a lot of my shots anyway, so basically blend them back at home in Lightroom and Photoshop. So that's my setup, and yeah, I thought I'd let you know about it. So we're just going to continue walking around now and seeing if I can get some more compositions. It's getting really busy now, so we'll see how we go about vlogging, because I'm not really the best at vlogging in front of people, but you know, we'll do our best. So let's go. Right guys, so I've walked around now and taken a few shots. There are quite a lot of people around and I've not vlogged those, but I'll put them on screen for you shortly and see what you think. I've come across this nice scene with the this sort of bell lavender in the foreground, and it's called bell lavender due to the shape of the sort of flower. It's like a bell shape. I'm using that as foreground interest in this shot. I've also got some nice rocks in the background with this lone tree sticking out of it at the top, so I'm going to take this scene now as a vertical. I'm going to have the lavender in the foreground and then the rocks in the background. I'm going to obviously focus stack that because the lavender is quite close to the lens. So I'm going to take a shot focused on the lavender and then focus again on the rocks in the tree at the back. I'm also going to take different exposures because there is like a massive difference in dynamic range here. So I'm going to blend all them together in Photoshop and hopefully produce something nice. If it turns out well, I'll put it on screen for you now. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up there. I really hope you've liked these images. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Like the video and share, and comment down below with any thoughts. So once again, thanks for watching and bye for now.